Good morning and welcome to Falcon TV. It's Monday, May 17th, 2021. I'm Charles along with the rest of the FTV crew. Abortion rights and possible rollback headed to the Supreme Court are bans on abortion rights after 15 weeks unconstitutional, drawing sharp reactions from both sides of the abortion debate. The U.S. Supreme Court weighed into one of the nation's most polarizing issues, agreeing to hear a challenge to Mississippi's ban on most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The court's conservative majority will get the chance to consider a direct test on the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling in 1973, which found that women have an unconstitutional right to abortion. A decision in 1992 reaffirmed that right up to the point that the fetus is viable outside of the womb, often set at 24 weeks. Several conservative states, including Mississippi, approved bans on abortion before this stage of pregnancy. A decision is not likely into next year, potentially landing months before the 2022 midterm election.
There is a lot of talk about going to Mars, but what if you could travel anywhere for just $100 and get there in 4 hours? Anywhere on Earth? Well, now a fresh bunch of startups are working on supersonic and hypersonic projects. Years ago, there was the British-French airliner Concorde, one of only 2 supersonic jets to have operated commercially, but it was ludicrously expensive and an environmental disaster. One company today, Boom Supersonic, is the first to roll out an actual honest-to-goodness demonstration aircraft, the XB-1. The CEO of Boom said they're playing Overture, the Mach 2.2 commercial airliner that he would like to have in the air by 2026, and the company's ambitious long-term plans. Designed to seat between 65 and 88 people, Overture focused on over 500 primarily transoceanic routes that will benefit from the aircraft's Mach 2.2 speeds, more than twice as fast as today's subsonic commercial jets. A journey from New York to London will take just 3 hours and 15 minutes, while Los Angeles to Sydney will be cut down to 8.5 hours. Breaking the time barrier could be life-changing, where one can vacation, do business, and more. His goal is a 4-hour, $100 trip, which he says is down to the line, but that's part of the company's vision, making the world that much smaller as everything is just a little less far away.
For the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States and much of American life, including the classroom, could soon start to look much like the way it did pre-pandemic. After more than a year in which many students were learning remotely, children and educators should expect to return to in-person and full-time classes. The CDC director said, adding the U.S. has the capacity now between vaccines and testing screens that they believe schools can and should be a very safe place for people to go back to in the fall. Of course, that means a major adjustment to acclimate to the new old schedule, but it would be a welcome one.
Well, that's all for today. So from me and everyone here at Falcon TV, have a great day.
Norm Carson was attending a trade show in Amsterdam